got the cops called on me, and there was a very brief moment where I was like, okay, I'm gonna disrupt this race. I got a cop sitting in the middle of the race course asking me what I'm doing out here. A lady just reported me for standing in the road throwing rocks at stuff, which she was 100% correct. I was doing that.
Man, I go by all kind of names. Yo, my nickname's got nicknames. Nitro, nice flow. The 6th man off the bench. The foot soldier in the trench. The Black Santa, all that. First of all, let me tell you the name is Luke Kane. Call me Black College cause I make you feel the pain. This an underground hit for my homies to ride to. Skip to the loo when you're riding through my zoo.
The race started off and went around the corner, went around another corner, and then they're gone. Just like a typical bike race goes. So if you've ever went to go watch a loved one at a bike race, you get to see them for about 15 seconds and then they're gone. So it's like you get these little live instant updates when you're out on course. So if you ever go to a pro bike race, that's why you see people on the hill, because then you might be able to see them for like 30 seconds to a minute. But in the first 20 miles of this race, they were like, the pros were just, they were flying. I mean, I think they might have averaged 28 miles an hour from mile 0 to mile 28 was where I got my first clip of the leaders coming by. The real interesting part about this is I pulled into the spot at mile 28 right outside of this little town. I can't remember what this one was called up there. Was it Mulhall, I think, at mile 28? But I pulled in there, and of course it was a town that trains come through. And I pulled into this spot, and a train pulled in like right behind me, right after I crossed the tracks, and then parked right there. And I knew that the riders weren't going to be there for probably 15 or 20 minutes, but it stayed there the whole time. And then all of a sudden, some different camera crews climbed over the train and got to where I was. So I got there literally in like the nick of time. I even took a video of the train as I was driving by, and like I inadvertently raced it and won. The only victory I got that weekend as far as racing is concerned. But got to this spot, and then come to find out, the lead group that was leading at about mile 26, 27 got stopped by the train.
Now, which tells me that they did all get caught at that train.
Okay.
That's crazy.
How big was that original breakaway, do you think?
Good breakaway, like 30 seconds.
Okay. Somebody's day got ruined.
Things kind of came back together a little bit there as far as I'm concerned, or as far as we know, but only the front group was impacted, I think, for about 2 minutes. And then one of the race directors on course told that lead group that they will hold the next group for 2 minutes. Well, that didn't happen. So some of these days got ruined by the train. But if you know anything about bike racing, this used to happen in old classic races like Paris-Roubaix, for example. You can go find clips on YouTube of breakaway riders or big groups of riders getting stopped by the train, and like that's just part of racing.
Skip to the loo when you're riding through my zoo. Bears and gorillas, even orangutans. The lions and the monkeys all speaking my slang. We all paper chasers with a different disguise on. I spy on green guys, that's why I got mine on. Jackson and Franklin, frankly I don't like what I gotta do to keep Jack from fainting. Nah, I ain't complaining, just venting a little.
So when you have guys like this racing with that big of stuff on the line, stuff like that can definitely become a dramatic moment. It sounds like they got through it and not a whole lot of repercussions took place, but I know Alexi was in that front group because I heard about this on the cool down, and he ended up finishing, you know, maybe a little bit lower than I would have expected. So I wonder how it impacted some guys like that. But the train stopped those guys, and then shortly after they come through at mile 28. And there was about 3 groups at this time. We had a lead group, and then Joe Gettle was in group 2, and then pretty significant group 3, and then some stragglers. There was about 60, 70 guys in this pro race. So not a gigantic field, but very competitive, very spicy in that first 30 miles while things broke up. And then I went from mile 28 there, Mulehall, down to a little town called Guthrie.
Flying up, we taking off. We flying up, we taking off. We flying up, we taking off. We flying up, we taking off. I'm flying, we winning. I'm flying, we winning. I'm flying, we winning. I'm flying, we winning. We flying up and we taking off on the runway and we peeling off. I paid the cost trying to be the boss, saying first class is where we all talk. Now Mexico know about the flow, they found it first and now the rest know. It was Cinco under Mayo that my open house opened all them doors. Now Germany had never heard of me and now we on fire like a third degree in my song.
I nailed my route today. Like, I picked a few spots and I wasn't sure exactly where I was going or, you know, how good it was gonna look when I got there, but just quick pull off, see the course, make sure I can get to the next point in time and not miss anything. So I got about 6 stops in and I was always about 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes ahead of the group. So stopped in Guthrie twice. First stop there was at about mile 62 and I was just hanging out, had my shirt off. I'm pretty sure it's called the Great State of Oklahoma in certain circles. Getting some sunlight, you know, after a long winter, you know, get the old shirt off and some sun. Just enjoying the sunlight, throwing some rocks at a wooden post while I was waiting. Just figured, like, probably better than Instagram. You know what I mean? I heard Instagram is the new smoking, so I'm trying to do some other things when I can, you know? Like, I like to throw stuff. And when you're out in the middle of an open field, you feel like that's probably not a big deal. Grab some gravel, throw it at the old electrical pole, not a big deal, nothing malicious. Well, I got the cops called on me, okay? Got the cops called on me, and there was a very brief moment where I was like, okay, I'm gonna disrupt this race. I got a cop sitting in the middle of the race course asking me what I'm doing out here. A lady just reported me for standing in the road throwing rocks at stuff, which she was 100% correct. I was doing that. And he stopped by and he was just like, "You at the bike race?" I'm like, "Yes, sir, I am." And he thought it was kind of funny. And then he drove on, but right behind them was the lead group coming up. So I'll have a clip of them cruising by. And then this was the point I could tell at mile 62, things were starting to break up a little bit. It looked like strong group of riders up front. I mean, half the time it's hard to tell who's who. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a huge gravel nerd. I know like 5 guys. And my favorite rider is Joe Gettle. And that's really the main person that I'm looking for all the time. But you know, you see guys like Kobe Freeman, Alexi. I mean, it's hard to ignore Lunchbox. There's like 7 of them and they got the names on the back of their jersey. That helps. All right, if more of you guys could do stuff like that, that would help us out a lot. The average Joe needs a little assistance. You know what I mean? Just a little assistance. If we know some names, we can see some faces, helps us out a little bit, okay? But mile 62, I was like, okay, things are starting to break up a little bit. And they got a tailwind, okay? So we have like this east, maybe a little bit of northeast tailwind at the start. So they're gonna be coming back into a headwind, right? So things are spicy.
Good like a surgery, black, red, yellow, it's superb to me. Brazil, no, we get ill, it's all love, you got to chill. My beats bang on a red pill, they got my back, you know the deal. Hold up, whoa, yeah, hold up, whoa, so what you say? We flying up, we taking off. 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 I'm flying, we winning. I'm flying, we winning. I'm flying, we winning. I'm flying, we winning. We rock, 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 we rock. Okay. We rock, 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 we rock. With who? Morocco in another land, wanna see me the DJ in a band. Finland, know that I can. They heard it from my people in England. Now India and Turkey, know we flying high where the birds be. So high, so high, so high that I can't see. Now we on our way out to Ukraine. They know my name cause of the rap game. They go insane when I do my thing. These 5 elements will never be the same. Now Russia and then then bust you right in your mouth and then cuss you. Smooth out, that's what I'm about. And I ain't gotta try to do it just to get some clout. Hold up, whoa, yeah, hold up.
Right off the bat, you got this tailwind. They're cruising 28 miles an hour. Things are getting split up. Speed's too high to be closing gaps. But then you're transitioning from that tailwind kind of into a crosswind and then finishing the race into a headwind. So you got the front of the race kind of starts to splinter a little bit. Back half of the race, still collected, chasing down, picking some people off. So mile 62, and then I hop right over to like mile 68 and I missed the lead group, but I got the chase group coming back behind. And this is where, you know, things are starting to get a little spread out in the front. Chase group's looking pretty darn good at this point.
Look at me, take a picture, it'll last longer. The mirror on the wall say I'm getting stronger. Ayo, the mirror don't lie. Ayo, the mirror don't lie. Look at me, take a picture, it'll last longer. The mirror on the wall say I'm getting stronger. Ayo, the mirror don't lie. If you want the truth, don't close your eyes. We got our back against the wall, we gotta fight back. I need a theme song, this the right track. I ain't got no cape or no superpowers, just confidence and self-esteem, the world is ours. I believed in me when nobody didn't. This ain't no freestyle, just some facts.
So I go from 62 and then I get over to Coyle, which is about mile 82, where they had this cool little bridge that was being built. Is that what you say for bridges when they're being engineered? That there's a new bridge going up. But anyway, you're supposed to dismount your bike there, and they didn't have to. There's like this nice smooth little ramp ski that they went up. And this is another place where I saw Alexi's videographer, Avery. And I got to a spot before Avery got there today, and I was like, that's like winning the lottery for a guy like me, you know? I'm like, you guys are coming to the spot. I'm the only one here, and then they show up. But then I found them there at this spot. There's some, I should have been at like this water crossing and different stuff like that, but I'm just an amateur out there just trying to make it happen. I'm just trying to make it happen. I'm the type of guy, I gotta learn hands-on. I gotta go out there and make mistakes in order to really figure it out. So, you know, I'm probably not gonna get good footage until like the year after next, let's be honest. When we get the helicopter, Bobby, that's probably when I'm really gonna be cruising along with this type of stuff. So mile 82, that's Coyle.
Parking lot is full of trophies, we the winners. She like, why you just ignore me? I'm a sinner. I got folks who make sopranos out of tenors. I don't want to smoke, I'm trying to be a quitter. And my frame too big for the Lambo. Money make them jig like a Sambo. People doing bids over scandals. Disrespect said they kicking over your candles. Like, you can see me shining late at night. Need a blessing, I can yada out your life. Getting chilly cause they brought out all that ice. Couldn't pay the debt, I put it all on Christ.
They gon' respect it. Come get your blessing. Let me kill all that hype. That's all I like. They gon' respect it. Come get your blessing.
And then from Coyle, I just went on to the finish line because, I mean, you got 82 to 106. They're probably cruising that in an hour. The total race was for about 420-ish to about 440-ish. Everybody kind of finished in there, a few DNFs. I heard some of the juniors were out there, the U23 guys. Heard a couple of them fell down, maybe didn't have the greatest day. But hey, if you're like me, right? Gain that experience, come back next year, you'll be fine. You're gonna be fine and dandy. But I got to the finish, saw Kobe come in first.
It's my season, I don't need AI. No way I will ever lose to the flesh. Right now I'm trying to conquer sin, cause I know that Jesus conquered death. Stepped in knowing that I can't be touched, so I walk over but through the valley of death. If it's a problem, give it to God, cause how can I fare when I know I'm blessed? Now I gotta reach my best, working more and I'm speaking less. How can I stop when God says go, so you can't say no when God says yes?
No way, boys!
Not very easy. Both of these guys, they're a lot bigger and a lot better at sprinting than I am.
No.
Luckily I had Dax behind, so I was able to kind of sit in more.
I think it's strong all day.
I
think it's strong all day.
Cramping when we got to the double track section. Cam like tapped into it on that little climb. I came around him and then like kind of missed the turn. Like didn't make it as quick. And like was cramping, just feeling rough. A lot of water.
Oh yeah. Honestly, when I went, when we lost Pete and all that.
They say if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. They said my time's wasted if I ain't chasing a bag. But Pops told me never chase nothing. Only here to lead lost souls to the kingdom, that's facts. I only focus on the kingdom and everything else that I need, I know it will attract. If I lose it all now, I know he'll bring it right back. I ain't worried about the cars or the clothes or the plaques. Even if I ball and count big stacks, I would never put that before you know I won't get attached. Cause that would never last though. You wrapped your arms
So hard at the start, and then like I was with a group of 4 just dying. And then we got caught by a bigger group, and then like after a couple minutes in there I like recovered. And then I just felt pretty good all day until towards the end. I attacked through the water section because we had a group of like 7 and we were attacking each other up till then. But I attacked through, so I led through there. And it was me, Julian, and Drew. And then we caught Alexi, and then we were riding together for a little bit. And right when they caught Brennan, I fell off. So I spent the last 5 miles just like 10 seconds behind him the whole time. That was hard. But yeah, it went from thinking it was going to be a real bad day to like turned around, and I just kept the attitude completely.
Hotter than you guys thought?
Yeah, it wasn't terrible, but just the start was so hard, like just unbelievably hard because with all the rollers and the speed and the power. And
did you get stopped by a train?
Nope, no train. Hey, Bobby. Hug time. Oh.
What's up, baby?
Oh, you have a hard race, fun race.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
did
the rollers
did
get you.
Did the cameras catch that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that was fun though.
Yeah.
Great course.
Should we keep it in the afternoon?
I like it. Yeah,
All right,
I think it's sick. Yep.
Okay, I think we're going to.
Yeah, no, I love, such a cool atmosphere. Like, look how many people
I can't believe
and the
it.
start, dude,
Dude.
phenomenal. I
He
love it.
raced this morning and then him, so
Yes.
Yeah.
so
Oh,
good
that's
seeing
so
you
cool.
much.
You're so welcome.
Awesome.
Thank you guys
Your
so
own
much.
race, like, man.
I've been waiting for someone to do what you just did for so long. Like, I haven't raced the day before, so thank you for doing that.
Thank you, man. Thank you guys for showing up and giving it everything you have, man. This is so incredible. Like, this is beyond anything our team could have ever imagined.
Don't get me started, love. I've had too much to drink. Had too much time to think. So leave me alone. Crying when you're by yourself 'cause of what they think about you. Next time, go slow, slow, slow. Yeah. Next time, go slow, 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 slow. Something's gotta give soon, or I'm gonna lose it. Substance abusing and never come down, down. Fall out the deep end and forget my English. What's the point of language if you don't say what you feel? So with that being said,
And like, I didn't have a media pass for this. I didn't know you needed one for Midsouth. We'll work on it next year. I'm not the best communicator, okay? I don't check my emails so well. But anyway, I'm sitting at the back of the chute because I couldn't walk up to the front. Lo and behold, they ride right back to us, right? Bobby's sitting down at the finish line waiting for a hug. I'm like, they're gonna be crossing that finish line at 30 miles an hour. They rode right all the way to the back. But I like trusted that Bobby was gonna get a hug. I don't think I didn't nail it. I could have done better at the finish line, but I was there, okay? I was there. Got the guys coming in, trickling through, falling down, cramping up. I didn't see anybody crying. Cam Jones looking cool, calm, and collected as ever. Kobe looking pretty good. Joe looking fantastic. Everybody likes a sharp-dressed man. And he was in all black, all right? I would prefer, if you just wore all black, actually I think white jersey, black bibs is what Joe should go with all year, if it was up to me. But I think we need to get some sponsors on there. I think we need to get some sponsors on the jersey. I don't know. Envy, I'm just saying, Joe and Alexi look pretty good next to each other at the start line. They look pretty good next to each other at the start. Watch this, I got a little shot of them just panning up. I mean, you put Joe in the blue bibs, the white jersey, both on the Mogs, the NB wheels, you know what I'm saying? Develop a little brotherhood there. Maybe you bring in a camera guy. I'm just kidding. Let's not get, I'm available in June and July and some weekends, but I'm a teacher. That's what I do, okay? That's what I'm like. And I started late too. I didn't start teaching till I was like 34, so I'm gonna be doing this till I'm like 64. It's just not enough time in the day. There's just not enough time in the day. So pro race finishes up, 50K, some people are still straggling in. So we got this like constant energy going on at the finish line. You know, the big media companies are there, and you can see like things are starting to get a little bit more serious too. Like people are doing a lot of the interviewing and stuff like that, you know, like going from person to person, getting the race recap. I'm thinking next year, I'm gonna set up like a little table, a little backdrop, you know, get like some press conference style vibes. Like I'm a question guy. Like I like to ask a lot of questions. You know, I don't really care what tires you're running. I wanna know like, when did you lose the wheel? I care about the racing. You know what I mean? I care about the racing. What are we doing to teach the kids about the racing too? You know what I mean? Like cycling's kind of one of these sports, a little bit of a gatekeeper sport. Let's get the kids involved. Let's get the kids involved, all right? I wanna see some kid races. Thank you, Unbound, for doing that. So Friday night, pro race, killer. Like it was a great vibe. I thought it was set up perfect. I heard some of the guys saying like, hey, we probably could have started at like 10 or 11 instead of 1 p.m. 1 p.m. didn't bother me at all. I think that was better for people, especially getting done with work. Like you get done with work on Friday, 4 or 5 o'clock at night, come down there, you got a party at Block 34 in Stillwater. I mean, it was a cool vibe. It was a cool vibe. I think oftentimes bike racers are just a real finicky group of athletes. You know what I mean? Like they're literally like on this perfect time schedule. Like they're taking their last bite of food 3 hours before the gun goes off to start the race. You know, and then they got these periodic exact moments where they're doing these carbs and, you know, can I do 100 grams of carbs per hour? Can I do 120? You know what I mean? Like the people, like we want to know who won and who crashed and was there any shouting going on, and then we want to see everybody shake hands and hug at the end, and then let's all party together and share our wisdom. You know what I mean? That's what we're looking for out there. But a really cool event. Friday wrapped up. Went to the Good Life house and I just hung out with Joe a little bit and was looking at some of his GoPro footage, which is just really good. We were looking at the crash at the puddle, and like as he was showing it and slowing it down into slow motion, like a few people gathered behind the computer and he pushed play and like his back tire dips down into the puddle and then pops back up and his seat hits him in the butt, bucks him over his handlebars, and then he lands on his back on the ground. And I think I saw in Justin McQuarrie's Instagram that they were doing like 35 miles an hour at this time. So I don't know how much he slowed down before he hit the ground, but it was a doozy. And everybody was like, ooh, you know, when people do that collectively, it's just like wish we were recording when we watched it, honestly. But then Good Life cooking up so much good food. I it was like 9 o'clock and I was like, Joe, I don't know how long it's gonna be until this food's done, but I gotta get going. And then they literally like fed me first out of all like the professional athletes and stuff that were there. It was, I was humbled, but I was so hungry. And then I took that first, but I don't know what sausage or bratwurst thing that was from Good Life, but it was so good. And then the burger, And then they had this DJ there. I had like DJ lights up on the ceiling and like a bunch of YouTubers hanging out together and stuff like that. I'm asking Dizzle for some kibits. Is that what they're called? The kibits? What did he say the definition of that was? Unsolicited advice. I love a Dizzle kibit when I was going through. So Dizzle was on course.
Give me a Dizzle kibit! All right!
The next day, I was like, give me a Dizzle kibit! And then he shouted one out. I couldn't hear so good because I don't hear out of my right ear very well. Or maybe it's my left one. I can't remember so well. But that was just fun, just to see all those people there. And then DJ Jazzy Jeff was there too. And then he was out on the race course. Jazzy Jeff, hey, I apologize. I took a pee break. And then I was catching up to my group that I was riding with, and I breezed by Jazzy Jeff, probably going about 6 miles an hour faster than he was, and I startled him a little bit. He called me a name, so I went back and tried to hash it over. Jazzy, I apologize, okay? It's just riding around having a good time, you know what I'm saying? Just riding around having a good time. Not to mention though, when you're a 100-mile rider and you're doing like a 15-mile-an-hour pace, 16-mile-an-hour pace, when the 50-mile-an-hour kids start and they catch up to you and pass you, it's like being in the bike lane when a school bus comes by. Like these little, you're like, where in the did you come from? Like Ben Waters came through with a group of kids and I was like, what in the hell? Have a little respect. Have a little respect out here, you know? Just, man, just cruising. But no, it's cool. Like when you get the pros racing on Friday and then they get to like participate in the amateur event the next day. That was splendid. But yeah, I mean, one of the crazier things from the whole weekend were the people that ran 31 miles on Friday and then on Saturday raced 100 miles. So that was just really cool. I was riding a lot with a lady named Elisa Schmidt who got 3rd place in the double. And just the way that she was riding at the end of the 100 miles made me feel very insecure about the state of my legs at the end. I'm like, how did you run 31 miles yesterday? And then she's like passing me on the downhills and I gotta catch back up on the uphill on the next section. So just some amazing efforts out there.
I was showing, hustling, working for the Mardi Gras Carnival in New Orleans, I'm outside. Everybody talking about, boy, your suit cold. It's only one Super Sunday, it ain't the Super Bowl. I was showing, hustling, working for the Mardi Gras Carnival in New Orleans, I'm outside. Everybody talking about, boy, your suit cold. It's only one Super Sunday, it ain't the Super Bowl. Mardi Gras, walking in the street like I run the town. Don't blow your horn at me to move, drive around. We outside. I ain't tell him he ain't have enough on. I told the engine he look naked. I'm a whole park legend. We outside. I was making cars stop at the D shop. At the liquor store, I tell him who could go. We outside.
Are you excited to be running again?
Oh yeah, we ran the other way yesterday on this exact spot.
So this is free. This is like, you know, when you go buy like a nightstand from the furniture store and you get some cobwebs, like those are included. It's like unwritten rule type thing. It's kind of how it works. I'll put just like and share and subscribe if you'd like. I'll put a link in the description to an article that's based on this.
I'm from the Bay. I rep it hard. I'm I'm known worldwide, but I blew up from my backyard. I'm from the Bay, that's Northern Cal. They like my songs, they like my smile, they like my style. Let's go. This ain't nothing you ain't heard before. I put a new twist on the stuff from 06. This ain't nothing you ain't heard before. I got a little story, go something like this. This ain't nothing you ain't heard before. I put a new twist on the stuff from 06. This ain't nothing you ain't heard before. Even if you heard it, you ain't heard it like this. It was 2006, I recall. Fresh white tee and it's Chris, I recall. 40 drop, tell me when to go that winter. It was all on the flow that winter. The short came through with blow the whistle for the summer. You wasn't outside back then, what a bummer. Nokia phones and H2 Hummers. Hey, little mama, can I get your number? Bay, I rep it hard. I'm known worldwide, but I blew up from my backyard. I'm from the Bay, that's Northern Cal. They like my songs, they like my smile, they like my style. Roll call.
Women's double, third place, Lisa Schmidt.
Alicia!
Alicia. I'm a little brain. Elisa, I'm surprised someone didn't help you walk or carry you up the stairs. Why did you do that to yourself?
I don't know.
Are you gonna do it again next year?
Maybe.
You know what? Just sleep on it. Maybe have a couple gummies tonight. That'll help soothe the.
I've never done a bike race ever before, and I've never run more than 26 miles before yesterday.
What made you choose to do it at Midsouth?
I don't know.
It's the energy. Where are you from?
I'm from Wichita.
Wichita. So you had to come down here and feel the energy, because Kansas has something, but it's not as awesome as here. This is a different vibe, a different status. How does it feel to be third place overall in the double dip?
Pretty wild.
Congratulations. Someone help her. You know what? You can sit. You can sit on the podium. Okay, yeah.
That way, Alicia!
Okay.
But you know, my race went fine. My race was good. It was like, you know, you get to this point in life, and I think like you want stuff, you know, like I want to be as fast as I once was, or as strong as I once was, like all the time. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes stuff like that can get in the way of how much a guy can actually get out and just enjoy a bike ride. You know what I mean? So whether fast or slow, Mid-South was definitely the way to go. Not pun intended. Rhyming intended there. Like I was talking in a slow enough cadence where I was like, I'm gonna say go. I thought it was pretty good. But then, you know, you get to the finish line at Mid-South, and it's just not like people start cheering you in from, you know, 150, 200 meters out, and you got like snipers up on the roof next to you, and you got like this gigantic party going on at Block 34. The streets lined with people, Mid-South banners up there. Bobby's waiting there. Like just this consistent person. It's there to hug every person. Like I crossed the finish line, went and got a Red Bull and some other NA beer. I don't know why they got to call it an NA beer though. Just call it like a hoppy water or something. Like it doesn't need, you don't have to call it beer. It was a nice little 30 calorie bubbly water, essentially. You don't got to call it beer. Let's just call it, like, it's not oat milk. You know, it's oat juice. It can't be milk. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting there doing my thing, a little confused, a little low on the old glycogen, enjoying a berry vanilla Red Bull. Had about 3 of them bad boys. Didn't know that flavor was out. Thanks, Red Bull, for that one. There was a Red Bull sponsored athlete there too. So maybe thank you, Red Bull, for bringing the wings. But sitting there at the finish line doing your thing, right? Just excited to be done. And then Bobby like finds you. And like he looks at you and like looks into your soul and like he says like thank you with his eyes. And like you could just tell, like this guy really cares about this race, like and cares about the people. I don't think the guy necessarily cares about like making money or like seeing the sport grow to be like the NFL or something like that. I think he truly cares about like every single person that shows up and just wants to have a good time, and he's gonna meet you wherever you're at to have that good time. So if you're DFL, freaking last, if you're dead last, he's gonna be there waiting. And if you're Kobe freaking Freeman, DFF, dead freaking first, he's gonna be there waiting to give you a hug.